Revenge of the Sith. Whew! I saw this movie first when I was like 7 or 8 years old, and this was the first Star Wars movie I ever saw. Well, if you don't count the animated Clone Wars movie, I'd also seen some of the Clone Wars episodes, so I was familiar with the main characters. I already knew that Anakin would turn out to be Darth Vader because some asshole had spoiled it to me. I remember me loving it back then, but now I still fucking love it. This is the Star Wars movie I've rewatched the most, with The Return of the Jedi in a close second. Revenge of the Sith is easily the best movie of the prequels, and I think that every aspect from Attack of the Clones is greatly improved in this one. Like the dynamic between Obi-Wan and Anakin is so much better here. They seem like genuine friends. Maybe that's the point, that the Clone Wars brought them closer together. I don't know. But just look at the opening. I think this might be the best opening to a Star Wars movie ever. We're immediately thrown into a gigantic space battle that eventually ends with them entering General Grievous's ship. There, Anakin defeats Count Dooku, and in the scene that mirrors Return of the Jedi's ending, Anakin taps into the dark side and kills Count Dooku. This is the real beginning of Anakin's turn to the dark side. This is where he failed and Luke succeeded.
Never. I'll never turn to the dark side.
The action in this movie is also extremely good, and CGI mostly holds up. I think the CGI here is much better than in the other prequels. The background looks more real, and especially the clones. I wouldn't know if there wasn't any clone costumes if nobody had told me. But I can't talk about the action in this movie without mentioning the lightsaber battles. The lightsaber battle between Count Dooku and Anakin really show how much more powerful and skilled Anakin has become since Attack of the Clones, where Count Dooku had the upper hand. No pun intended. The battles with Palpatine might be a little weird, and they're not as good as the others since Ian McDiarmid was a little old for doing lightsaber battles. But the duel between Obi-Wan and Anakin on the other hand is fucking amazing. I'm gonna say it. It is the best lightsaber duel in the whole saga. No, actually Luke versus Vader in Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi is the best. You can really feel the emotion in it, I hear you say. But this duel got everything. Great choreography, emotion, and a really good setting. It also ends with Anakin losing and Obi-Wan finally letting out everything he has been holding in since Order 66. And that stuff is really powerful.
You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them! Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness! My brother Anakin! I loved you!
Oh my god, it's just so fucking good. And the soundtrack in this movie is also extremely good. John Williams is a fucking genius, and it really helps the action and the duels feel better. I've heard people say that this movie and Anakin's turn to the dark side doesn't work without the Clone Wars series, but I disagree with that. This movie manages to show us why Anakin loses trust in the Jedi. The Jedi in the prequel trilogy is heavily flawed. They take fucking children away from their parents at a very young age and teach them to control the Force, but also how to fight and basically be in the military. That's kind of like what the First Order does in the sequels, just without the Force part. They also teach the children not to act on their emotions and just to keep them inside. Like to them, everything leads to the dark side. And when someone comes to them and tells them that they're struggling with stuff, they basically just says, "Fuck off, don't join the dark side." Like, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to notice that Anakin is kind of unstable. They then ask Anakin to spy on Palpatine, who is like Anakin's father figure, or at least one of his best and most trusted friends. So I wouldn't look at the Jedi as heroes. They had everything they got coming. And I know that some of the acting and special effects can be a little bad. There's never anything that pulls me out of the movie. Not even the memes pull me out of the movie. it just makes it funnier to watch.
Do it.
Like this whole movie has been turned into memes. This movie is by far the best of the prequels, and it's a perfect ending to the trilogy. So to answer my question, is Star Wars The Revenge of the Sith actually good? Yeah. Fuck yeah. It is so amazing. And as you know, I'm always right, so if you disagree with me, you're an idiot.